Back and forth scoring gives way to Maroons record-setting display. You know, you're probably going to run your fastest if you're running for your life. If a bear were chasing me, I think I could still probably turn it on and go. And that's what happened to us in this game. We were running for our lives the entire game because these guys were dangerous and on our heels. Every time we'd score, they'd score right back. We didn't stop one time and think, how much are we scoring? We just ran for our lives, and we looked up at that scoreboard when the horn blew after that fourth quarter. We looked up and went, whoa, how did we do that? Welcome to Film Friday. We are up 45-28 at half, and they have to kick to us. This was a wild first half, and we were so frustrated with ourselves that we couldn't seem to slow them down. We got an onside kick back, and that started this turnaround of 3 straight scores for us. Onside kick, we stopped them on downs once, and they fumbled, and that all happened back to back to back, and that just created this large gap between us. But outside of that one patch, everything's been back and forth. So we spent all of halftime, as soon as we go in at halftime with our coaches, everybody's talking, how are we going to do this? Let's do this. Let's do this. And we kind of just stopped and we said, stop. They're too good. We haven't seen anything like this. We have to simplify. We can't try to get more complex. Simplify. So we talked about how we're going to address empty because empty had really hurt us. And our answer for everything was stop trying to be cute. Stop trying to be fancy. We're just going to line up and sit in our best stuff and play ball. So let's dive in, boys, and see how it went. You can see we've really moved. I think this is basically our hands team. We've got our hands team out. At this point, man, things are just crazy. Anything could go. They kick it into the end zone. It's our ball. On to 20, see if we can get anything going. Unbalanced into the boundary here and trap. Look at that push. I just feel like we're getting a really good push up front. You guys see that? Man, this must just be wedge. Looks like we just go a trap play with wedge blocking. Just get off the ball, play one, and go. And it was good for almost 5 yards. Wing T look, just go buck sweep. Look at that, and a little room, man. It was nice to see us balance it up. Right there, we broke a tendency because we had been a lot of times, as soon as we would balance it up for the first time, you see the tight ends over here and the X's over here, we had been throwing the ball. So it was good to see us break some tendencies, get into our true wing T look, and run our buck sweep. And you can see they're out of position right now with their first down lineman being down here in like a 3-tech. And this buck sweep looks real nice. Boom, boom. Both guards find a man and a good back. Getting north-south. All right, that's how you want to start. Back to an unbalanced look. You know how much we love that. Belly. Doesn't quite hit the way we draw it up, but that's football, man. 2 split ends. Little dive option. You know what I like about that is just, any chance we can get to bring rocket action, but actually hit you tight. I think it just helps to open up, keep our rocket game alive. And this certainly helps. And hey, getting 4 to 5 yards on a first down doesn't hurt either. We balance it up again and right into throwing the ball. That kid runs with us and we don't get a real good pass off. Okay, my quarterback has time to throw and he just kind of short arms it. Or it's possible also it was a little wet and maybe he doesn't get a good ball off, but just not a good ball. Okay, 7 for them does a nice job of running with it. And I saw a flag fly late. Did we get a break? We do. We catch a break there. It's nice to catch a break sometimes. Boom, we balance it up again and we go trap. Just right now what I see is just us doing a real nice job being physical up front and running our feet, man, and a tough fullback being physical. Don't like this, Mr. Quarterback. What kind of fake is that? Let's all go back and watch my halfback and my quarterback, and let's see whose fake is worse. Halfback or quarterback? Okay, halfback at least gives me one stick move and a half of a move. Quarterback doesn't give me a move at all. That's some garbage, boys. I'm going to have to look these two up at school. You guys got to give me better. You got to give your teammates better. I gotta coach that up this year. I've gotta coach it up. ISO back this way, and look at that. Man, kids are just falling off of our fullback, man. You know, this is interesting because it should be this big on big. Guard will pick up him, tackle pick up their tackle, their D end, and we'll just ISO block to here. But instead, we get a down because he sees this blitz coming. Great pickup by my right tackle. Nice job, 66. Great pickup. And then my halfback then knows I'm just going to go and kick the end now. And then look at that fullback. Boom, boom. I mean, kid's just falling off that kid. What a stud. What a great play, Maroons. All right, let's do the math. That's 50. This would make it 52-28. It's 52-28. Onside kick, and we kick this one out of bounds. Not a real good kick. But they kept putting that number 11 back deep, and I'm not kicking it to them. Empty. So sure enough, man, they open up and empty. They go right to it right away. And let's see if we can stop empty at all here in this half. Kids do a real nice job with their initial breaks. It looks like, I'm confused by this, man, because look at this. My corner sits on this guy, and my monster runs with this, which tells me man-to-man. But here on the inside, my inside linebackers are dropping too, which doesn't normally happen. Empty again. And they really just don't have anywhere to throw it right now. We're getting a lot of guys dropped. My D linemen are doing a nice job of getting some pressure. And I really like my nose guard right here. He gets pressure. He sees the quarterback, kind of get flushed. And he just plays it laterally. Nice job by this dog. Or this is my Mike checking that hitch from 3 and then coming down and helping us out. Not gonna lie, I'm a little confused by our coverage right now, but I'm pretty sure what I can see is that we're manning it up to the 2-man side. And we're playing a cover 3 to that 3-man side. Here we go out here. Yep, cover 3 out here. They just go to that little now or bubble to 11, and he scares me to death. But my hound does a nice job of getting down and avoiding a tackle. Right here, he gets down here, avoids a block, and gets in on the tackle to hold that for 3-4 yards. Hey, I'll take that. Hold that kid on now screens at 3-4 yards, force him to execute it over and over and over. I'm okay with that. Now, right out of the gates, man, what a great start. 4th and 5 here on the middle of the field. I literally do not remember how this second half plays out. All I remember is the final score. Back to empty. Boy, they, like I said, man, they knew they hurt us bad. That second half, our heads were spinning. We hadn't covered empty a whole lot in that week coming up. So we talked empty a lot at halftime. Here's how we're going to play it and how we're going to play it very, very simply. We get a little pressure from my D line. And look at that. Wow. I don't remember stopping these guys right out of the gates. We bring our backside dog. He's coming too. So I've got my 3 down linemen coming. I got 1 linebacker blitzing. We're man-to-man up top on the 2-man side, cover 3 on the 3-man side. And my D-line and linebacker do a nice job of flushing them and making the tackle. Our ball again. 52-28, ball for the good guys. Right back. That's exactly how we started the last drive too. Maybe not exactly, but within a play or two. 2nd and 8. Unbalanced this way to you. Going rocket, and you can see once again they're able to match. That's probably what they talked about at halftime. They kind of match our numbers out here, and this kid really almost makes the plays an inch away, but he misses, and we got good speed, and it still turns into 10. So they actually have this defended very, very well. They just miss a tackle. I saw a little yellow on the field late in that play. Do we get called for a hold? Looks like it. 2nd and 5, and we're throwing the ball. Come on, get this one executed. Oh, nice play. Whoa. Wow, that's just, 21 is a heck of an athlete, and look at the play that he makes. First of all, I really like this. I like that we're into the boundary here. We show action here. We had been showing some buck sweeps, so they got to honor it. My quarterback makes a nice throw. Probably could have put an extra 4 to 5 yards on that to let my ex-receiver run under it, but nonetheless, my ex-receiver just makes this athletic Superman grab and comes down and outruns him, man. Just great speed. Well, I like it. I really like my quarterback's footwork too. Boom. Comes down with it and then runs away from the last guy. Wow, I don't remember getting up this big in this game. That's 50. If we can make this kick, what is that? 59? 59-28. Wow. How many points is that? We're up by 30 now. I like this. I'll take these pop-ups, especially if I know this kid's going to fair catch it. I love that. Pin them at the 30. Okay, they're sticking with their empty. Pretty sure we'll stick with what we were doing. Man to the 2-man side, cover 3 to the 3-man side. They go right back to a little bit of a mesh concept. Yeah, they don't really clear out on this side of the mesh, just this under route. And that kid's, that's tough for us because, again, we're not manned up to that 3-man side. Eventually, my Mike linebacker starts letting that guy go. That was a real good concept for them. Let's see if they come back to it. All right, I don't know what happens to this play. I see a now screen up top. I see us reacting to it, but the clip does not get captured. So we'll have to, oh my goodness. Well, it must have hit big for them. I wish I could see that because they just gained about 35 to 40 yards, and it was likely to number 11. He is a scary athlete. Nice job, good little play call. Okay, they just heard us out here with a now screen to number 11. Now they fake it and go draw to their quarterback who moves real well. Okay, look at that. They get all of us flowing. All of us are flowing this way to 11 because we have to, because we can't hardly stop the kid. And they go draw backside. Sets themselves up. Looks like a first and 10. Still an empty. Can't get this one executed. Really apologize for my camera work. It's very okay, but we're actually working on that with our boosters this year. We're trying to get a good film crew together, a consistent group of people that we feel like can give us very good film. Okay, I feel like we're an empty. Yep, they're an empty, even though you can't see anything. You are getting a better look at our coverage, and let's take a look at how they get a guy open at the post. That's where my hound's supposed to be, what he's supposed to be looking for, and they just go post with the number 3 receiver. And my hound gives it up. Okay, so that's a mistake. His first read is to look for a post from number 3. And he gets duped, right? How's he get duped? Well, he gets duped because the kid runs a good route. And it's amazing what you can get done if you run good routes. If your routes look like this, you'll always be covered. But if you can get good at making a route look like this, whoop, whoop, it's amazing how far open you can get. I try so hard to help my athletes understand this, and I feel like I'm failing. I'm failing to help my own athletes understand. Here's how you get open. Stop running these routes that look like this one and start running routes that look like this, because this one's how you get open, and this one is how you stay covered. And watch number 12 for them. Just a tiny little move, and he gets my hound. Boom. Look at that. He barely puts anything in it. He just stems his route a little bit to the outside. Look at that. You see his first couple steps are outside? First couple steps outside, right there. Now he's just pressing vertically, just enough to get my hound to commit, and then boom, sticks the foot and gets inside my hound and hurts us with that post. Now they just go to their superpower formation and outnumber us. I wish I had better film to show you and look at myself. Nonetheless, they outnumber us and punch it in for a touchdown. See, they're scary. 52-34. It looks like they're going for 2. Trips to the top of your screen with that back to the side as well. It looks like they're just going with, try to get these guys to clear out, run that arrow route behind it. Our kids do a nice job of reacting and making this play. Nice job, Maroons. 59-34. Okay, they onside. They almost have to at this point, and they don't quite execute that kick very well. All right, we got great field position, and we're up big. We just got to keep the foot on the gas pedal, because if we try milking it, we just have to keep our foot on the gas pedal, because if we don't, nice play call here. Nice job. I don't know that we had run this yet in this game, but our ISO play had been hitting big. So we faked the ISO, this is all about that quarterback and this fullback fake right here. Quarterback, fullback fake is fantastic, and we give it here to the wingback as like it's a little bit like the old school double dive play. Like I said before, Wing T calls it that belly sweep. Boom, there's that second back. Look at the ride by the fullback. The fullback makes people believe. The quarterback's feet makes you believe he's giving it. Boom, dish it off to that wingback, and he is gone. Nice block out here on the perimeter by our X. Look at that, my guard runs in to the end zone free. There's my guard. Look at my guard, man. He has no one to pick up. Wow. Wow, that's just really good execution, man. Nice job, guys. That's 65-34. Okay, that's 65-34. And we come out and go onside again. I don't know why. Okay, they got out of empty. They've gone to doubles. They try running the ball again. They really hadn't run the ball yet this half. I can see one thing that we fixed. You notice that my dogs, they are not shuffling away from the ball while the ball's being snapped. Okay, so we got rid of that in that second half as well. And you can see, sure enough, my dog is able to come in and get a little nosy and make this play for a 4-yard gain. Still wish we could have stopped it for better. But look at that. They go right back to it, and our kids do a nice job standing this up, man. Nice job by my outside linebacker over here. They go trips to this side, 3 to this side now, and 1 back here, and that frees up my monster to help get in on this play. Nice job. Also a nice read by my Mike linebacker. That's good for a 3rd and 5. Same formation. Wow, that's just naked with that quarterback, man. Look at that. They pull guard. They pull guard and tackle away. I'm assuming this guy's trying to read it in some way. They pull guard and tackle away. My D lineman chases. He chases away. Quarterback has a nice ride and a nice fake, and he's athletic and tough to handle out here one-on-one for my dog. Nice play. Just beats him. Beats 1 or 2 guys and turns into 12-yard. Man, that's just a nice play. That kid's good. All right, trips to us, a little jet sweep into the boundary. I'm still going to call it jet sweep. They kind of shovel it forward, and just in case they drop it, they can rule it incomplete, but jet sweep nonetheless. Good pursuit by my Mike linebacker. I like that he's not. My Mike linebacker isn't getting lateral. He's staying downhill, trusting his teammates to force things back into him. I love that. All right, they show the same action. Nice job by them just kind of sticking with that same action. Show the same thing and come back to these complementary plays, and they go big. See, that's 11. He just by himself. He just beats my monster, gets 2-3 yards on him, and sure enough, he's behind him. I just saw the scoreboard there. It looks like we have 66 somehow, so my math was off. That's going to make it 66-40. Again, on our tails. All right, they're going for 2 again. Right back to empty, and why wouldn't you, man? They're good with it. Quarterback draw. Nice job. All right, we stand this one up. I'm not sure we play it correctly defensively, but I'm going to take it because we make the stop. All right, 66-40. This is as big a shootout as I've ever been a part of. Still in the 3rd quarter, they kick a little squibber right back to us. Looks like we start off with trap. Good way to start. Follow that up with a counter play. We haven't run counter for quite a while. We've really just been consistent with trap, buck sweep, rocket belly. Trap, buck sweep, rocket belly. Good little tackle trap play. We don't execute it very well. I think I like the play call, but we just don't execute it. Now we're stuck 3rd and 10. Unbalanced here to the field. Just go rocket, right? That's a good idea. Just go rocket. You know, we almost, in some ways, made them fall asleep to rocket because we had stayed away from rocket a little bit this half so far. Good execution, good run. This should be enough for a 1st down. It is. Now you can see we're trying to milk it now. I mean, it's the 3rd quarter, but we're just, I remember being on the sideline. I'm about to I'm in this sweat. I'm in this cold sweat because I'm so frustrated with how much we've given up, with how just bizarre this game is. And I'm telling my quarterback, who's good, I need you to help us slow this down. I'm so uncomfortable. Slow the game down. We're up by 26. If we could, I would love to put together like a 5-minute drive. My quarterback does a real good job of that. He always waits as long as he can. He does a nice, he's just smart. That's such an asset that it's easy to take for granted. Okay, back to that sweet play that had been so good for us in the last drive, and it's good again, man. It's tough. They're trying hard. They're really trying to take our fullback away, which they have to because he's good, and we're able to get this edge and get the edge with a blocker free. So that's being real good to us right now. Okay, come back this way with a little buck sweep. Man, we can't sustain a drive. You can't complain that you can't sustain a drive. we're just scoring too fast. Nice job. Also, and again, I like that we're going back to that tendency breaker. We're balancing things up and still running the ball at it. So nice job. We don't quite get our backside guard across, but still enough. They don't have enough out there to stop this kid, and eight's a little too good for their secondary. Okay, there is, I'm pretty sure that's the barrier of 70. I had never been on a team that scored 70. This scoring, again, what a crazy game. We're trying so hard to milk it, and somehow they got an unsportsmanlike penalty, and now look at this. Now we're kicking to them from the 45. What are we going to do? Hopefully just kick it in the end zone. Nope. Onside again. Give it to them here at the 35. 73-40. Up by 33. They go doubles. Back to that little power, like a little power read, but nothing doing for them. Is it still the third quarter? It is. It is still the third quarter, 73-40. Little now screen with that go. Boy, this play hurts everyone. I see it hurt people in college. Fake the now screen, run this guy on a vertical, and he runs by people. Thankfully, my monster does a real nice job of running with that. He knocks the guy over, though, and that's going to be a flag. Okay, so that's not allowed. 1st and 10. Come on, boys, let's just get out of this game. We cannot shake these guys. Boom, same play back this way. Going vertical, back to number 11. I would too. All right, finally the fourth quarter. Thank goodness. Trips up to the top of the screen, and they just get too much time to throw. I wish I could see what's going on here in the backfield, but they get a little separation from my corner, get it to their best back, their best receiver, and that's good for a first down. Come on, boys, stop them. Stop them. This play right here, would you just consider this one inside zone? Is that inside zone? I don't know what to call that. I suppose it is. I see this a lot out of Oregon, where they really, although they're not hinging this guy, but everybody else is just straight down blocking. See, those guys aren't stepping to the side of the play. I feel like inside zone, if I got a quarterback here and a back here, he's running this way, everybody would step play side along the line. But these guys, the front side guy hinges, and the backside guys are all just blocking down away from that point of attack almost. What would you call that? What is that I'm seeing? Man, nice job by that quarterback, just realizing that we really just don't have anybody to the top of the screen here. They're going trips to this side of the field, and then they're bringing their back over to this side of the field as well, and we're kind of vacating backside. I do have a monster. If he were to stay put, we'd be in good shape, but it looks like he's turning and running because that's number 11, and we're worried about him. The quarterback just does a nice job recognizing that we have nothing over there to stop him with. Too easy. You know, teams with athletes everywhere, they're a son of a gun to defend. Okay, and there we are with that now screen again. And that, if we could just, again, this is why I'm content. If we could keep holding that now screen to 3 or 4, make them throw it more often, because it's hard to complete over and over and over and over again. Right back to that play that I don't really recognize. Oh, never mind. They're pulling a guard back away from this. And they're just really not able to gash us like they were in that first half. And I think it's largely because I don't have my inside linebackers running away from the ball like I did on the snap on the first half. Okay, good little play call, but my corner does a nice job of breaking this up. Boom, they go with post. Corner's able to make that play, man. Nice job, 2-1. We had just given up too many of those easy ones. If you remember back when we played Centennial a week ago, they were able to complete that little slant or curl right there too easily. All right, they go with screen here at the top of the field. They don't execute it real cleanly. I feel like this kid needs to be running that lane right there in the middle of the field, and he kind of pauses. Maybe it's justified because I'm getting some heat from my D lineman here in the middle, but nice job my kids shutting that down. And look at that. That must have been 4th down. It was 4th and 8. They go with the screen, and we're able to stop it. Wow, what a great stop, man. All right, our ball, 73-40, and now I know we're going, listen, it's 4th quarter. We're up by 30. We've scored an obscene number of points. We make another stop. Let's milk this. I just want to run the clock out. Nice job going ISO. First play. Let's just keep the chains moving, guys. I remember my offensive coordinator up in the booth on the headset trying to call that sweep play again. And he wants to go back to the sweep play because you've seen that where we fake the ISO and give that sweep. And he wants to go back to it. And I keep saying, no, I'm not calling that yet. We'll score. I don't want to score right now. I want to just keep the ball. Let's just keep this as simple as we can. Just get us our 4 a pop, and can we just run the clock out right now? That's all we want to do. Just run it out, please. Rocket here to the top of the screen. Out of a little different look, notice we bring the wing T look, motion a guy over, and we just call that rocket. Okay, put ourselves in not a great situation. Third, try to make them jump. Try to keep them just honest if we can, and they do. All right, a little counter crisscross. We know that's good to us. And it is again. Nice execution here. I like this. We get this. Both these guys commit to this down block to make a real good wall for us. Boom, boom, and good blocking. Nice pickup on my tight end and my tackle. And we'll take it for 5 yards. That's perfect. That is exactly what we want right now is 5 yards. Second down, back to belly. Nothing doing. And I can see we're really trying to break some tendencies right now. We're doing some things differently. We're running things out a little bit different formations. See if we can hoping at this point you're saying, okay, we should move on to the next week. Let's see if we can show as many things as we can because you want your next opponent to have a lot to deal with. All right, we're really trying hard to milk this clock though. Rocket up to the top. We know that's tough for us. And it is again, and that one's good for big yards. I don't want him to go, though. We want to milk the clock. Stay in bounds. Stay in bounds. All right, real good play, really well executed. All right, trap. Again, still, my OC keeps wanting to call that sweep play. And I say, we will call it when we have to have it. And, if we can they get us in a third down, and we really need to keep the ball, we'll call it then, but not until then. All right, now they got us in a third down. Let's see if we go to it now. 3rd and about 6. I'd like to keep the ball here, and I really don't want to get stuck in a 4th and 5 in their territory and have to make the decision on kicking a field goal. I don't want to look like the biggest jerk in the world, but I want to be smart and I want to make sure we're going to win this game. And here it is. There's the sweep play. Again, we knew we had it in our pocket when we wanted it. We knew they'd struggled with it. We felt like it could score at any point. We just wanted to hold on to it. That whole drive, I kid you not, that's my OC in my ear going, let's call it, let's call it, let's call it. And I'm going, no, we'll score. I don't want to score yet. So that was as long a drive as we could put together. And that right there makes it 80-40. 80-40. Did you know that my kicker in this game had 11 extra points and 1 field goal? Imagine if he was on your fantasy team. I remember our Booster Club president tweeting that out. Everybody needs to pick up our kicker because he just scored an obscene number of fantasy points. All right, now we kick it deep. We got a little wind at our back, and we want to bury him. Get us out of here. That one, that's 40 points. That puts it over the top, and I think that their coach at this point he's letting their seniors play it out, but he called off the dogs too. So it's a great opportunity for us to get as many guys into this game as we can and get guys out. Again, it's 4th quarter. All intents and purposes, the game's over. So let's just get through this. And it's really just mop-up duty time. They're doing a good job of getting other kids back, some carries. I'm assuming these are their seniors. And we're getting all of our guys in as well. All these guys that have worked their tail off to get in a playoff game. And we get the cool feeling of knowing, man, we won. We actually did it. We won. We won a playoff game for the first time since 1982 at Champaign Central. And that's a great feeling. We got that monkey off our backs. And I'm not going to lie, this was a little bit of thought in the back of my head too. I had never been the head coach of a team that won a playoff game either. And I was starting to feel, I was feeling some pressure. And I was really starting to doubt myself, going, maybe I'm not doing anything right. Because even if we can win some regular season games, we can't seem to win a playoff game. What am I doing wrong? Not that I'm not still doing things wrong, but it was nice to get that monkey off my back, get that monkey off of our players' back, off of our school's back, and people could stop talking about 1982 because that was too long ago. Now they can talk about 2015 because that's the last time we won a playoff game now. All right, guys, like, subscribe, wherever that is. And make sure you join me next week. Next week, we've got Decatur Eisenhower, another team who's kind of been an up-and-comer, a lot like ours. And it's, again, contrasting styles. They're loaded with athletes, and we got to go to their place. I can't wait. Join me next Friday, round 2 of the Illinois 5A playoffs. See you then. Be sure to check out ChiefPigskin.com. I've just released my 4-video series on the simplest 3-5-3. You can also find more high-quality content from championship-level coaches, or feel free to look us up if you have a desire to sell your own content on ChiefPigskin.com.